The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome to the Best of Central Florida. I am joined as always by my beautiful co-host, Makaila Nichols. Makaila, how are you?
Great.
When is the last time you moved, be honest?
Not recent. Actually, kind of recent, right before COVID.
A lot of people,
out of college.
A lot of people, that wasn't that long ago for you.
No, it wasn't.
Distant memory for me.
Yeah.
But what do you do when you move? How do you move? Do you do it by yourself? Do you
Nope.
hire a company to do it? And a lot of people are moving in Central Florida right now. We're moving around Central Florida, but we're also moving to Central Florida. And what do you do?
You ask for help.
But help like you buy beer and pizza help? Or
No,
you
no.
hire someone? Look, you're pretty resilient. You are, I'll give that to you. But I cannot see you going to rent a U-Haul and moving comforters
No one would
and
want that.
mattresses
No.
yourself. I
you
just
don't want
can't
me on
see
the road
that.
in the U-Haul.
I would not let you drive it,
Thanks.
obviously. Here's what we're going to do. A lot of us are moving right now. What do you do when it's time to move? Coming up just ahead on the Best of Central Florida.
The Best of Central Florida, Makaila's Choice, is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
When it comes to moving, I honestly can't do it myself, so I have to turn to the men that can. So Makaila's Choice for Best Moving Business is my friend over here, Sean Stein, founder of A Mother's Touch Movers.
Yes.
Happy to have you here.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
You know, when we were talking, you have really been in the moving business your whole life.
I have. I've been in the industry since I was in high school back in the early 80s, so I was working on the weekends and during summers and then actually right after high school went to work for a friend of mine who started Bulldog Movers there in Atlanta and worked for him for about 10 years and kind of learned the business. I was just a helper and started my way all the way to sales manager and learned the whole business. And once I did that, I really decided, it's time to get out and start my own business. And so I did. I started in 1992, A Mother's Touch there in Atlanta. So,
and now you're in Florida, servicing all of Florida.
And servicing all of Florida. Yep, we go anywhere in the state of Florida, so anywhere from Pensacola to Key West. So we'll make the trip, that's a pretty long trip if you've ever had to make that.
Yeah, that's a big commitment.
It is. So, but that's what we'll do. We'll do anywhere in the state of Florida.
So when do I kind of call you? Is it like when I'm, overwhelmed about moving? Like when's the best time?
Well, it just depends. Obviously the earlier you get in there, the better, because we can come out, give you a free estimate, give you some pointers on things to do. I always recommend, and I tell people, if they're doing their own boxing and stuff like that, that really you dictate the cost of the move. The better you have it ready to go, the quicker and smoother it's going to go. So we're always there to give you pointers on ways to save money, smaller items. You can definitely, if you're moving local, it's easier to move those little things in your car. We'll move anything you want, but you got a guy walking out with a pair of shoes, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
No kidding. No kidding. So, as far as like the moving business as a whole, are you helping just like families like from point A to point B? You said you work with a lot of like retirement, so it's really anyone that needs things moved, right?
Yeah, we do anything. We do commercial moving. We do all types of, we do a lot of work in the senior community over in Melbourne, which is obviously a very big community over there. There's retirement homes are everywhere. So we do a lot in those. We do a lot of work for the government too, as far as we've done COCO housing. We're still doing a lot for different things like that, where they move people that are in like a Section 8 and they remodel them and then we move them back. And so it's just a process,
sounds
but
like it.
yeah, so we'll move anything.
I love it. And talking about moving anything, but also like trust. If I'm going to trust you to move
Absolutely.
my stuff, how important is trust to you?
Absolutely. Trust is the most important thing. Obviously in the moving industry, movers have gotten bad names for a long time, and that's part of the moving industry, unfortunately. And that's where management has to be what we are, and that is because I can't tell you that we're a perfect moving company. Things break. It happens. That's part of the moving industry. The key to that, though, is management coming in there, and as soon as it happens, we take care of it. You see what I'm saying? If it's our fault, we take care of it. It was just a few weeks ago, one of my guys backed into a TV and barely, touched it, but it broke the screen. You know how TVs are today.
Yeah.
The next day, we had a brand new one from Sam's to the exact one. He was freaked out. She's like, I can't believe y'all brought me a TV the next day. That's what's going to get you the referrals. They remember that, and they see that, we took care of it and all that, take care of whatever. Because, what you do is, my number one concern with my business is my employees. That's my first number one concern. And then it comes my trucks and equipment. Without those, you don't have the customers. Then comes the customers. So you take care of your guys, so you're limiting your damages by having great guys that you've had for a long time. That way, when you do have damages, you just take care of it. Unfortunately, sometimes it may cost me more than I want to, but you know what? Bad reviews will cost you a lot worse. And today's society with reviews, it can kill a business. So
100%.
Yeah.
So quality guys.
Quality is what it's about. Quality is what it's about. But then also when things happen, like I said, it's going to happen. You take care of it, and that's 100%. The key to it, is management being not the guys that we've all heard of, the movers that not caring about the customer. We all know those stories; they're out there, and I've seen it. I've worked in that atmosphere, so I know what you have to do, and that is you take care of your customers from the beginning to the end, and one way or the other. So.
While you're doing it, Sean, do yourself a favor. If you have to move anything, call our friends at A Mother's Touch Movers.
As we talk together today about moving, you think, where do I move? And many of us have been priced out of the downtown, the Central Florida area, like the Orlando Winter Park area. We've been priced out. Good news for you is there's a little city called Ocala that's beautiful, full of horses, greenery, not HOAs, that you can afford to move to. Alicia Lopez joins me, Ocala Realty World. How are you?
Wonderful.
A lot of people are coming up from the Orlando area up until Ocala and Marion County. Describe the price differences.
38.9% difference.
38.9%. If you're looking to buy a house for your family and you feel like you cannot afford it here with the interest rates higher, I have a little treat for you. The QR code on the screen for Alicia Lopez. Take your phone out. It will go directly to Alicia, and she can talk to you about the Ocala and Marion County real estate market. It's not just people moving there with their families, investors also investing up there as well. What is investment like in Ocala?
Investment's amazing, especially Airbnbs close to the World Equestrian Center, but they're hard to come by.
We think about Airbnbs, of course, down near the Mickey Mouse world, but the World Equestrian Center, a beautiful place, and you can make money. You can buy a house for an investment up in Ocala and rent it out on Airbnb and really make some money. I love it up there. We love visiting her up there, don't we? Great to see you as always. QR code on the screen. Do yourself a favor. Visit Ocala Realty World today.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
You have spoken, the people have spoken, and People's Choice for Best Moving goes to our wonderful friends. And you didn't just choose it on this show, also #1 financial advisor in Orlando Magazine, the founder of Fortress Wealth Group, John Ledford. How are you, sir?
I'm great, thank you.
Congrats.
Thanks
Congrats
so much.
on this and congrats on that. But it is
you.
an important time. A lot of people moving to Florida, people coming here from other states, 401k in place, so the IRA that they have, they're coming here. They don't know what to do.
Sure.
What do they do?
So I think I have a bit of contrarian advice here. And so it all depends on the person, right? Because everything we do is customized.
Sure.
So I think if someone's not working with an advisor and they move to Central Florida, I would say quickly, now, immediately, as soon as the QR code's up on the television.
QR code is here on the screen right now. Get out your phone.
Right. QR, us, contact Fortress Wealth, meet with one of our advisors, say, here I am, here's what I'm all about, talk to me, what do I do? And because a lot of times it is consolidating assets that are in other states, other places, that kind of stuff. So if someone's not working with an advisor, my recommendation is start today, contact our office, we will help you out. If someone's working with an advisor and they have a great relationship with that advisor. This is where my contrarian advice comes in.
Right.
I recommend people don't make a change for the first year after they move to a new geographic area. And the reason is as you know, when you move, especially to a new city, you're dealing with like 100 different things that you're confronting for the very, very first time. And so that's going to create the one killer for all of us, which is stress.
Right.
And if you add more stress by a new relationship, new way of thinking, new slicing and dicing of a financial relationship, oftentimes it's overload. And all we do is deplete the thing that we were trying to create in the first place, which is peace. And so I like when our clients move, and we have clients who have moved over the years, and they move to New York City. And they tell me, I'm moving, and I'm going to change my relationship. And I say, I totally get it. You know, the world's flat with Zoom and all, but it still doesn't work for everybody. If you want to work with someone else, then terrific, but take your time. The relationship, what we've built, what we've designed, let's continue to work through that in a stress-free way until you get your legs under you. And then if you need to make another decision, great, we'll help you do it.
What about the people who have retired in faraway states and they've literally just had their employer deal with all of this for them, never had a financial advisor, which I find a little bit nerve-wracking to me. For those people that have come here and just trusted the process, so to speak, never worked with someone like you, what do you tell them?
Yeah, run, not walk. I mean, again, hit the QR code, give us a call, come in and meet with us. As you know, it's a no cost, it's a no obligation. It's let's get to know each other. What are we all about? What are you all about? Can we work together? Can we help you solve great problems, which is what we do for most of our clients? Help them be more efficient, earn more money, pay less taxes, achieve their financial goals. And yeah, if they're not working with someone, give us a shot.
I don't know if I like the word holistic, but you do have a holistic approach to investing. You just do.
We do.
And I think that's very beneficial to your clients. What do you do?
Yeah, so we do. So, you know, we're not attorneys, but we touch on legal.
Yep.
Right, business entity structure, estate planning, all that stuff. We are investment specialists. We spend a lot of time there. We're not CPAs, but we spend a lot of time on proactive tax planning and helping people minimize and reduce their tax bill. We're not insurance agents, but we have insurance licenses, and if that's a need for someone, we can help facilitate that. We want to know what's going on with someone. We want to know what makes them tick, and we want to make sure that we're not ignoring anything. We're giving them the best advice we can possibly give them, and in order to do that, you got to look at it from all angles.
Where all of my clients go. John Ledford, thanks for joining us. Do yourself a favor. Reach out to Fortress Wealth today. Hurricane season definitely upon us, and we all think, oh, we'll go to the grocery store and get some water bottles and some paper towels, but there's something important in your house right now that is very important when it comes to hurricane season, and that is your windows. Dan Brigman is here. Renewal by Andersen. Dan, you think about sitting around during a hurricane party or when you're getting through a hurricane with your family, playing a game or whatever you're doing, and when those winds really start to pick up, and you start hearing those windows vibrating, that gets scary. Why don't we think about windows when we think about hurricane prep?
You're absolutely right, Justin. It does get a little nerve-wracking. And one of the reasons we don't is because, you know, when we think about windows, we think about energy savings. We think about, hey, does the thing go up and down? Are there bugs coming in? Is there any water around my windows? And things like that. We don't think about that, you know, an 80, 90 mile an hour wind is enough wind to send something through that window. If you're sitting in there playing Monopoly, send it through the window, hit you, and end of story.
It's not a good thing at all. I put the QR code on the screen right now. Dan has a very special gift for you in preparation for hurricane season to help protect your family by changing and upgrading your windows. Dan, for these people at home, what are you going to do?
Well, I can tell you this, it will not happen again before hurricane season, which we're already in, right? And so it's 20% off of anything and everything that we sell. So that's our windows and our doors. And so get it while you can.
I appreciate it very much, Dan. Great to see you. You will appreciate Renewal by Andersen, I assure you that. This is free, by the way. Hit the QR code on the screen or call the phone number right now. Totally free consultation with their design consultant. Call Renewal by Andersen today. Do I ever have a very special gift for you today? Compliments our good friends over at Universal Roof and Contracting. 15% off your roofing job. The roof is the most important part of your house. No doubt about it. Welcome my good friends as always, Justin and Corey. Hi, how are you today?
Good, man, good. Thank you.
The roof is the most important part of the house, but sometimes deciding who your roofing company is going to be is the most important decision as well. Culture is everything. When determining who's going to do your roofing job, Universal, the culture over there blows me away. Trustworthy. Tell me about the culture at Universal.
Yeah, I mean, 30 years in the making, right? Family-owned, veteran-owned, same name and ownership over the past 3 decades. We're so proud to be so rooted in Orlando, and we have offices in Jacksonville and Southwest Florida. But the honest approach, the integrity we carry, working transparently with insurance companies and homeowners alike. I mean, we approach roofing the way an honest company really should.
Trusted by some of the biggest sports teams in Florida as well.
That's right. That's right. We this past season we were the one of the partners with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which was awesome. They had a great season this year too. And then just coming next month, the XFL, the Orlando Guardians. We are the official roofer for the Orlando Guardians, so we're excited to go out to those games and see everybody there. So it'll be great.
A roof can be expensive. You created great programs to make this roof not cost prohibitive for me.
Yeah, I mean, last thing we're going to do is take food off people's plates to afford a roof. So we have a ton of flexible financing plans that just keeps things very liquid for homeowners, even if they don't want to use their own money, even if they have it at the time, you know, so we offer that as well for every roof replacement.
I have this QR code on the screen right now. Get your phone out or go to their website, but the QR code will go directly to Justin and Corey, and literally you get 15% off. But guys, you're going to come to my house and tell me what I really need, honestly.
Absolutely, yeah. Free inspection, first of all. It does cost nothing for us to come out. We're going to sit down with you, hear what you like about your roof, what you don't like about your roof, what problems you've had, and come up with a custom scope of work that makes sense for you.
Always a pleasure to see you both. There's only one company we trust when it comes to roofing. That is Universal Roof and Contracting.
The best of Central Florida, Justin's Choice, is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back to the show, and finally it's time for my favorite portion of the program. It's time for Justin's Choice, and this is a pretty clear one for me. You know the name, of course, 2 Men in a Truck. Jonathan's here, Theo's here. Welcome to the show, guys. How are you?
All right, thanks for having us.
So I'm thinking about moving, all right? I'm making a decision. Do I hire someone to move for me, or do I go rent the truck and, like, you know, get my buddies over and buy pizza and beer and that sort of thing? People do go through that decision when it's time to move. Why should I hire 2 Men in a Truck and not try to do this thing myself?
Our people do this every day. So they're professional. We go through a lot of training, and moving isn't easy. Anybody who's moved themselves, during that move, you think, I'm never doing this again, and then you end up doing it. But at least get an estimate and find out what it would cost to have professionals do it.
People don't understand moving, especially in the summer, for someone who doesn't do it for a living, can be dangerous. Moving can be dangerous for people.
Yeah, we have a lot of training on heat exhaustion. They're all looking out for each other on those trucks. The back of the truck can be 120 degrees when the weather's like it is now. So that becomes a very brutal full day or more of moving yourself.
2 Men in a Truck, obviously a great brand throughout Florida and the nation, really. How does it work, though, when I say, okay, I'm ready to make this move? How do I get quotes from you?
People can go to the website, 2men.com, TWO spelled out, and it'll tell you the location that's closest to you. So just in this viewing area, there's over 12 locations, and call them. They'll give you an estimate over the phone or by email. It's very easy.
Values are very important to your organization, of course. What are those core values?
Moving has some bad actors, and it always has. So 2 Men in a Truck has been successful because trying to do the right thing is important. The grandma rule is the biggest one that we're famous for, and it's to treat everyone the way you'd want your grandmother treated. Right. So that goes with coworkers and customers and the community. We do a lot of community involvement, charity moves, things like that. So I think it's important to hire somebody that's reputable that is doing the right thing in the community.
How far in advance? Let's say I know I'm moving in a couple of months. How far in advance do I need to pick up the phone or go to your website to really start this ball rolling?
We recommend that people give as much time as possible. 2 to 3 weeks is generally pretty common. We have a lot of people that call the week of. That would make me very nervous, but things happen. Closings get pushed up or pushed back, right. And we can work through that once it's on the schedule. We deal with that all the time, but 2 to 3 weeks is generally acceptable.
What kind of prep do I need to do versus what you guys are going to do?
That's the biggest thing that I would like people to understand is that if you're packing yourself, it's going to take way longer than you think. And you don't want to take everything with you and then start cleaning out and getting rid of stuff. So no sense in paying us to move things that you don't want.
Right.
So start packing early, pack properly. When you get pressed for time, people just start throwing things in boxes, and you don't want that. So spend as much time as you can getting organized and make sure that it's clean and ready to go.
How far away do you go?
We can move anywhere in the country.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. We do a lot of moves long distance. Yeah.
So I could be moving to California. You'll take good care of me here from Florida.
Yes.
Not that I would want to.
That's far, yeah.
No offense.
It's mostly people coming in.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So how does the process work? You come, you give me a quote, we agree on a price. Where do we take it from there? You show up with a truck, and how does that process go?
Yeah, so when you get a quote, most of the time we can do it over the phone.
Really?
Most of the time it's a very easy process. We can do a video chat if that's necessary. For out-of-state moves, we do go out to the home most of the time, but it can be done very quickly. So we send the quote. If you like the quote, you book it. We send you a pre-move letter with a bunch of information, and then the guys will show up on the day of the move. They're going to load everything into the truck, drive to the new location, and unload it. So most moves, 1-2 trucks, it'll be done in one day.
There are bad actors out there in your business. Like you said before, the 2 Men in a Truck brand obviously has been around a long time. Obviously, we've all heard about it. And I think that leads to the trust, because when you are moving my things, a lot of these things are very valuable, whether price-wise or just valuable to me mentally. How does that brand help breed trust?
All of someone's earthly possessions are in a truck away from them going to a new home. So very stressful process. We perform our own moves. We're independently owned and operated. We own the trucks. It's all of our W-2 employees, covered by our workers' comp. So you just don't have the randomness that can occur in the business. There's a lot of brokers that don't actually perform the moves themselves, and that's what people need to look out for.
I don't see any reason why anyone would need to do that when 2 Men in a Truck is right here, right here in our town. Great to see you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
You got it. 2 Men in a Truck. If you're moving, you see the trucks all the time, don't you?
Yeah, we've had a lot of great.
It's pretty amazing. Excellent job.
Thanks.
Great show. If we're going to move, are you moving anytime soon? You think?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I heard a little rumor that you might be moving soon. No, you don't think so?
I mean, I could hope so.
Great job to you as always. Special thanks to our wonderful WKMG-based crew. Derek is here.
Happy birthday.
What?
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm at an age now where it's like, I don't even know if I want to celebrate anymore, right? I'm going
44.
Dad, you weren't, I thought we had a deal.
Sorry.
I thought we had a deal. Derek, great job. Steve, wonderful job. Most importantly, thank you for joining us every single weekend. See you again next week for more Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.